I don't know if this is working. Okay, question. Where does the name Peter Lake come from? My favorite book is called Winter's Tale, and it's about this robber named Peter Lake. Now, Peter Lake might be a robber, but he understood that what mattered was movement and art and love in life. Those are the things that mattered. And for all people who are free, those are things we all can access. So I thought that's a beautiful idea. And that's where the name comes from. I think it's also easy to spell. The silhouette, well, this goes back to the anonymity, is that, it doesn't matter who I am, really. I mean, I write, well, it does and it doesn't. Here's the thing. I want people to understand that there's one person who sings, who writes the melodies, writes the lyrics. That's me, Peter Lake. But that's where it stops, because the rest doesn't really matter. If you like a song and it does something for you, that's good. When I make a song, I'm not thinking about anybody else. I'm just going to try to make a song that I hope I like myself. So over time, musical artists have to change how they are, because music is only part of it. They might get older. They don't know what's hip anymore, I mean, it might sound negative, but I've seen or listened to some of these greats at their peak, and there are new ideas, new ways, new patterns, new things. And, if you get too stuck in a certain way, you're not hip anymore. You don't know what's going on anymore. And for me, I just don't want to have a look or a thing that makes me in a box in a certain way. I just continue. And hopefully it's not embarrassing as I get older. Okay, what else here? References of making music. I mean, sorry, this thing's kind of, whoa, let's try that. I think that's the problem with making music, is that you don't need references, right? I think that if I make a really great song, it's just because I'm too stupid to know any better, because I don't know anything. When I first started this, I didn't know anything. Even now, I don't know that much. And my ignorance, my stupidity is a power, because I once had a song that I did, and the producer, engineer's like, oh, you can't. You change the tempo. First it's fast and then it's slow. You can't do that. And I said, why? Why not? Is there something happens? They're like, no, you just don't do that. So here's the thing, is when you don't know anything, you do stuff. I have a very simple idea, which is anything I can imagine in my mind, any sound I can imagine that could be a song. No limitations. That's it. So when I think about a reference, that's very like this and this and this and this. Is it EDM? Is it this? Is it this? But the sounds are everywhere, right? And that's another reason for the anonymity, is if I wore a cowboy hat or whatever, you'd think it's this genre or that genre. But the thing is, anything you can imagine in your mind, if you could translate that into sounds that everybody can hear, that's cool and that's great. So yeah, I don't have references. I think that simple is good. So one thing about older music, which I really like, is they had these very simple limitations, They might have 6 sounds they could make. That's it. So some people might think that with more, you can do better. I don't think that. I think that it's for knowledge, you add.